Hey everybody, Coach Wheeler. I'm the hurdles coach at Indiana Tech, and I made the decision I was going to throw some of these videos together. During the season, I will iPad my kids during practice, and I just, every once in a while, I'll just throw them one and say, hey, this is what we were talking about, this is what you're thinking about, take a look at these, and you can kind of get a little more focus on, what we were talking about in practice. So, I do this quite often with my athletes, and then also I do some outside coaching as well, eighth graders all the way up to high school, to some kids who are actually going into college, and continuing on with their hurdling careers. So I've been kind of throwing these together, and I decided it would be a good opportunity to you know to throw some out there and see if I get any feedback, and just wondering if I could help some people out. So the first video that I have is going to be a young lady that I started working with. She was in eighth grade when I started working with her. She's just going into her freshman year of high school now. We worked probably twice a month during the summertime. She had a lot of camps and stuff that she was doing, so we weren't able to hit every single week, but we tried to get together as much as we possibly could, and that normally was about once every 2 weeks. So um, you can see the reason why I did this video is to kind of show a comparison and contrast to the progress that she's made during her career. So the first video I have, I went out to one of her meets in late April and videoed it, and then the next video that I have that I'm going to show you is probably done mid-end of August. So you get kind of an idea where she was, where her improvement's at, and how much she's done. So let me flip over here, and I'll kind of show you what we got. So if you can see the flash on the screen, that's her. She's standing up. She wouldn't come out of the blocks. Um, so we've got this part of it. Let me get this rolling for. So she was afraid to come out of the blocks, and she was just a little bit nervous about getting to that first hurdle. And as you can see, she's five stepping. She probably had 9 to 10 steps to the first hurdle. Just not very confident. She is now, but she wasn't back then, and she's made some really she's worked really hard to make some improvement on this part of it. So we'll just go back one more time. You can kind of take a look again. She's right here, and you can kind of see, you know, she's not getting good push at all. Just stutter step into the hurdle to get to her right lead leg, and her crossing mechanics aren't horrible. There's a lot to work with there. So her upper body mechanics look really good. So now I'll kind of jump in and show you the video where she's at now. And this is her here. And again, that we did this in August. So there's, as you can see, she's coming out of the blocks. She's got herself in a good position. She's going 8 steps to the first hurdle, crossing on the lead leg that she wants to on a regular stride pattern here. So as you can see, she's getting a pretty big push here, and locates the hurdle a little later, which is exactly what I want to have happen. So as you can see here, there's some pretty significant improvement. She's getting to the hurdle here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and she's getting there on 8. Now there's room for improvement here. She's got kind of an extended penultimate step, and that's going to be a braking force because her foot strike is in front of her hips. And then she doesn't drop the foot quick enough. She has force impact in front of the hip here, which is going to force her hips to rise up, as you can see. So she's floating over the top of the hurdle. So that's something that we need to work on. She's got a great wrap arm, and she pulls that down over the trail leg. So she sweeps the knee, which is really nice. The other thing I would like to fix is that freeze side. So I would like her wrist, elbow, shoulder. I would like her to bend, to close this angle right here and get that wrist right here, or ideally more at the thigh. Very specific reason why I want that to happen. This is a little controversial. A lot of coaches are saying not to, to go ahead and just let it be natural and let it be smooth. I have a different philosophy on that. Now, I'll make another video on that specifically because that's going to take a little time. Again, the reason why I want that wrist here is she's got too much over rotation on the of her shoulders. And when she comes off of the hurdle, you can see that her shoulders are over rotated. Now she has to compensate for that, and she rips back through to the opposite side of the body. So now she's rotating her shoulders off of the hurdle. And another part of it is when she's doing that and rotates those shoulders, when she comes down off of the hurdle, she's off balance right here. And it's much more difficult for her to get her hips high. Ideally, I would like to see ankle, knee, and hip all be a straight line. And then forcing those shoulders back, so we're raising the hips and forcing the shoulders so she becomes a sprinter again and not a hurdler. And she's gotten a ton better at it, but again, we want to really eliminate any of that side-to-side rotation that we can. And again, she just, doesn't have that chop step down quite quick enough, and I'll talk more specifically about that. I'll make another video on the chop step, which is forcing her to rise over the top of the hurdle. She presses really hard into this, which is really nice, and that keeps those hips down to a minimum level, but still we're a little bit high yet, and we're still floating over the top. So hopefully you get an idea of, the work that, this kid has done. I'm not telling you it's all me that's doing this. I mean, she's probably grown 1.5 inches since we first started working. She's a lot stronger, and she works her tail end off. So, this is, this is a lot of this is on her, and I've just kind of shown her the right positioning that she needs to be on the crossing mechanics side of what she's doing. So I hope this has helped somebody out here, and if you have any questions, just hit the link down at the bottom down there, and I'll be more than happy to talk to you. All right, thanks.